All right, all right. What's up out there? YouTube heads, Travel Wolves in the building, coming to you straight from the Casa, Casa Mansion. Yo, I'm really gonna take you on a tour tomorrow. Show you what $1 million gets you in Hawaii. We got a golf course over there, a pool and a jacuzzi over there. I wanted to go into the pool today, but it was Saturday and all the Caucasians was up in there. And I didn't want to be. They make me feel uncomfortable, so I ain't wanna. But anyway, today we're here tonight because, I'm looking for content, and these guys are always good content. Peanut butter and jelly are always good content. So check in with me. Tonight we're gonna talk about what happens when passport bros hit the wall. It's Saturday night here. I'm in Hawaii, back home at the crib for a little while. You know what happened? I maxed out on visas for Thailand, so I maxed out. I could have went to Cambodia. I could have went to Vietnam. I probably should have stayed in Japan because I really like Osaka. I'm probably going to either go back to Osaka or Korea, depending on how things pan out for me with this love interest. But right now, let me put my headphones on. So let me put my headphones on real quick so I can, because I tend to yell. So let me just get my headphones on so I don't do that. So I was sitting here tonight. See what's going on. Okay, there we go. Can you hear me now? Somehow I hit my mic. I'm trying. I'm trying not to yell. I'm trying not to yell because this room is really big. This is a really big foyer area. It's kind of messy. This is what $1 million gets you, but I got it upstairs too. It's kind of messy, so I tend to yell. And I don't got my pictures up and everything to absorb the sound, so I put my headphones in. So I'm going to be a little bit quiet because I live around a bunch of white people. This side, this side. So if I'm yelling, oh, I'm going to do all that. Okay. Well, let me start from the top. I was chilling and just looking on YouTube, and I came across a video, and the video was talking about the passport bro president, Austin Holloman. And this is a channel I don't really follow at all. But the guy was talking about how this motherfucker is back home in Dallas. Back home in Dallas with his mama. And I was like, wait a minute, what? And then to double down on it, the guy whose channel it is, let me get the channel up for you. The guy whose channel it is, he was like, he showed another thing of the sidekick, the guy they call Floyd of the sidekick. He out there begging. He online begging for money. He literally online begging for money. The channel is called LTTV, and the title of the video is "The Devastating Truth of Why Austin Holloman Became a Passport Bro." But that's not what really the video should be about. The video should be about why is this ninja back at the crib? And why is his sidekick begging for money? And this is an example of what happens when passport bros hit the wall, okay? Or as I like to call them, peanut butter and jelly. Henceforth, I will be referring to them as peanut butter and jelly. I'm not going to be talking about my shit too much because I don't even want to really acquaint what I'm doing to this, but I'm starting to see some patterns, and I wanna set things up. I mentioned that. I said I stay in Ever Beach. Only lived in Ever Beach at Kapolei. Okay. So anyway, I've been setting things up because I got a big thing I'm about to drop. So it's important that I lay the foundation. And I won't be doing travel with stuff for a while because I'm at the crib and I'm just gonna be focused on my brand, on my other channel, selling my brand, selling my polos and doing my thing. But so here goes the thing that I'm curious about, and I'm gonna talk about it because I think it's good content and it's definitely something that we need to talk about. Now, Austin Holloman has 97,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel, right? And so I can't understand for the life of me why this guy ended up back home in America. Because if you look at how you can monetize that so many different ways, you really could be sitting on a substantial amount of bread. I really can't even assess an amount because there's so many ways you can monetize it. So it's obvious that he's back home due to financial problems, right? He's back home. He's actually at his mother's house, from what I heard. Like, he's got his mama in the background. His mama tripping and he talking about she drunk and all kinds of shit. Yo, this shit is hilarious. But this is what I've been trying to tell y'all, man. Y'all haven't been listening to me. This is why this is dangerous, because you have the agents of the Matrix calling peanut butter and jellies. Basically, they took the African American and black men who are the elite. Let's be honest. If you are African American and black man and you have a passport and you have a job that'll pay you for time off and you have a job that gives you time off, you're part of the elite, and you can afford $2,000 tickets, and you can afford $300 a night hotels or Airbnbs. You're part of the fucking elite, okay? So let's just be honest. It's not like when I go to Thailand or I go to Colombia or all the places I've been, I see like 8,000 white dudes a month, right? And everywhere I go, I don't see 8,000 black men. I see maybe like 100, and of that 100, 30 actually live there. You know what I'm saying? So we are of the elite. I just got done off my third country 6 months. This is my third country I spent 6 months in. That's Thailand. So we are, and I come back to somewhere better. This nigga came back to Dallas. Nigga, I came back to Hawaii. It was totally we're not even the same, okay? So we supposed to be part of the elite, okay? But the agents in the Matrix have started the atmosphere that peanut butter and jellies are broken dusty, right? And that's why you got to keep having motion. Peanut butter and jelly is supposed to be having motion, moving around, doing their thing, not ending up back where they started. Like, that's some crazy fucking shit. So it kind of feeds into the narrative that stereotype isn't a stereotype, right? And that's what I mean. This dude, I was going to say this a long time ago, but I am convinced now that Austin Holman is a shell. Or is it a show? He's a shill. He's a plant. He is a person whose purpose is to be exaggerated to further tear down the dynamics of African American and Black men who travel. Okay? Because if you look at the numbers, his math just ain't mathing. If subscriber counts are a assessment of success in the travel sector, if they're an assessment of success of YouTube, of getting a YouTube check, if this subscriber count is an assessment of the success, and we can't really even be sure about the subscriber count, right? Because let's be honest, this mechanism is controlled by other people, and they pull the levers, they pull the switches, they say run up subscribers, run up subscribers on their page. So we don't really even actually know if all these subscribers are verifiable and the person's actually monetized and they're making money, right? We don't really even know that, right? So, but how can this man, well, he's not really a man, but I'm going to respect and refer to him like that, but how can this man have done all of this traveling for the last 2-3 years, right? Even when he got ran out of Brazil and he should have went home, he didn't go home. He went to other places. Right? He been all over. Little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there, because that's what they do. When they don't have their money right, they can only stay in certain places for a little bit. And then they got to go somewhere cheap. They can stay in that hostel in one country, and then they go to another country where they can take a shower finally. So they stay, here and there. They stay here and there. And I'm going to give you the proof about how this person is. I'm going to give you the proof about how Austin Holman is broke. How he's fucking done. This is it, right? He's done. He hit the wall. So you're doing all this traveling, and then you end up back in all places, Dallas, my nigga. Dallas, like not Miami, not LA, not New York City. Dallas, really? Dallas, like that's the worst place to be if you're an African American man right now. It's just the worst place I think to be. And so I kind of say like, this is what happens when peanut butter and jelly hits the road. This is the example of an over-exaggerated life. This is the example of a lot of dick jocking by other men. Because a lot of other YouTubers, man, they was dick jocking this boy hard for no reason. I don't even know why. And it used to annoy the fuck out of me. Like, I used to be like, why y'all on his dick? He's a nobody. He's a loser. He's a bum in disguise. He's on the run. If he don't go to jail for what he did in Brazil, if he don't go in a Brazilian prison, then that definitely means he's a shill. He's a mole. He's a fraud. He's sent by the agents to destroy African American and Black men. And there's a whole dynamic to this. I just saw another video from Osei Duke Jackson where this black guy was blaming peanut butter and jelly for all the issues he's having. And he doesn't even travel, right? He travels through the use of the military, through the armed services. Not the same thing, buddy. But he was blaming peanut butter and jellies, a.k.a. African American Black men, for perceived stereotypes, scapegoating, sex tourism. And I'm thinking to myself, I've been in a couple of these places for a long time, for like 6 months. And I've never seen more than myself and maybe the person I was with. Like 2-3 brothers tops. I remember when I used to live in Barranquilla, Colombia. I was there for so long. When I did see a black man that knew me from Cartagena, I was like, oh my God, thank you. I'm like, oh my God, what are you eating? And this would be in the mall. This would be just me doing my daily routine, walking around the mall, run into a brother, be astounded to see another black person and chill. So I don't know how a dozen or so African American black men are ruining anything, are contributing to the economic viability of one underground culture. I just don't, but that's what I mean, right? It's all being set up because we found by accident a solution to a problem that was a conundrum. And that was, wait a minute, we can get our passports and we don't have to participate in this game. We can just check out. We can just SYSBM. Save yourself, black man. We can just check out. We can just go we can go our version of MGAL. Men going their own way. We can go our own way. And nobody likes that. They want us to sit around and be fuddled and be confused and have our money and use our money to do drugs and alcohol and get caught up in county police things, soliciting chicks on a text or whatever they use. I don't know what they're going on with that, but that's what they want us to do. That's what they want to do. They want us to do exactly what he's doing right now, right? Because this 24-year-old is a role model to a lot of older men. I've seen men as much as 60-year-old refer to this guy with a bunch of accolades, and it's insane. You're 60 years old. You got the role. You're following your grandson. You're following your grandson, and it's like he's doing exactly what they want you to do. And as your role model, right? You guys are all going to end up just where he's at back home in America because this is who you're following. Y'all don't even see the play because there's no way you can portray yourself as having this much success. And I can't even stand and look at this guy. He's a weirdo. He really is a weirdo. You can't portray having this much success and end up right back where you started. You develop no businesses to speak of. Most of these YouTube dudes, if you took YouTube away from them, they would be out there selling their pussy, because they develop no business. They don't have a business acronym. They don't have an MBA. They maybe don't even have a college degree. They don't have no experience in business at all. When I was 24, when I was Austin's age, I was on my fourth business. Okay? I was on my fourth business. My first business was a black comic book company called My World Comics. Made some money with that, with IP. That's what I learned about IP. I was a stockbroker trainee. Learned about the financial world. Didn't like the hours though. Then I was doing something with code, and I first got into coding, but that wasn't successful. Then I got into filmmaking because of the comic books, and then that was pretty successful. Editing, script writing, all that stuff, and I did that for a long time. So those were when I was his age, I had already went through 4 businesses, okay? 4 entrepreneurial endeavors. One was successful. One, I took away a knowledge of financial sector. So I said that was 50-50. I failed that one. And the 4th one was very, very successful. Being a filmmaker was very, very lucrative, writing the scripts. I primarily enjoyed writing the scripts. I didn't like getting the money for editing, but I primarily enjoyed the scripts. So the point that I'm making is that I have a saying. We have a saying where you're from. Watch whose hand you're shaking. So everybody who saw this guy in the country they were in and shook his hand and saluted him and all that shit, this ninja's back home, bro. This ninja's back home. Your superstar is benched. He's fucking benched, okay? It's a wrap. He hit the wall at 24. He's done. And if I was him, I really wouldn't even be showing this. I would really be trying to just lay low. I wouldn't even be showing that of all this shit I've done. Because a lot of people that is on his dick, they pretty successful. They way more successful than him. in their private lives. So I couldn't understand why they would look up to this guy. I think he's a big deal. Oh, he's moving, he's doing this, he's doing that, you know. And I'm just thinking to myself, but he's not staying anywhere though. Don't you see the con? He's not. First off, he don't know what countries to really go to. He's not going to like the Amalfi Coast. He's not taking a bitch to Maldives. You know, I don't even know if he went to Dubai. He's not in the ABC Islands. He's not on the Kits. You know, he's not going to Mount Everest. He's not going to any of the summits. He's not in Bora Bora. He's not in French Tahiti, French Polynesian. He's not in Fiji. There's just so many places that somebody like this would go. He did go to Machu Picchu, you know, but that seems to me like just a clownish way of saying I got there first, blah blah blah, that type of shit. So a lot of these YouTubers try to do is called scooping. They try to get the scoop, but I mean, that's probably I think the only place he really went to I would consider legitimate. Machu Picchu was a really legitimate spot to go to, but the receipts I have about him hitting the wall, about him being dead broke, is in the same channel. I wish I could put it up, but I can't. In the same channel that's talking about him, his right-hand man, his sidekick, Floyd, just went on the air and said, I'm dead broke. I'm in Colombia. I'm dead broke. I'm going to be homeless in Colombia unless I get some money. Unless you pay for it, is what he really was saying. Unless you pay for me to be a lazy bum, I'm fucked up. I brought all this food. And I ain't got nowhere to put it. Wait, what? It's just funny to me because he's talking about being homeless, and we just came out of Thailand from a young black girl saying the same shit. She went to Thailand with $7 and blah, 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 blah. And she's kind of going viral off of that, right? I don't know if it's in a good way or a bad way because this is kind of weird. It's kind of sketchy on YouTube. It's like if I said to people right now, I was broke and I'm stuck in America. I need money or I'm going to be homeless in America. Would I go viral? Or do I really got to look like a dumbass and go to another country, something I would never do, with $5 in my pocket and a couple of days on an Airbnb and try to figure out the impossible? Because that shit is impossible, bro. That shit is impossible. I don't know. I don't know how to go viral. I mean, maybe I should say, I live in a $1 million house. Maybe that might go viral. Chocolate Man in a $1 million house, because we got this other dude from Thailand who was called Chocolate Man, and now he's called Chocolate Man in the Van. This nigga left Thailand and put himself in a van after 5 years in Thailand, 5 or 6 years in Thailand, partying, thriving, showing off his chick. This guy came back to America and ended up in a van, which is pretty much homeless, depending on what state you're in, because every state does not allow you to sleep in your car. Some states, some counties, some cities, that shit's against the law. You're thinking about you can't shower, you can't shit, you can't sit in the van all day, I would imagine. Maybe a couple of days, maybe a week. We used to do shit like that when I was younger. We used to hop in the car and we drive for like 3 days, spontaneous. I ain't have much money back then. I was like, going through my late 20s crisis, and 3, 4 days, 5 days, living out the car, eating, going to the gym to shower, shit like that. We did shit like that. But it was a permanent, after we would hit the city we was going to, after a while, we'd be like, yo, Miami might be where it's at. Yo, this might be where it's at. Yo, LA might be where it's at. Yo, Vegas might be where it's at. Yo, let's get an apartment. Yeah, let's go look at some apartments. And we would you would be able to get an apartment. I remember having a dope apartment in Doral, Florida. You know, the dope condo, right? So I'm just saying that to say, like, these guys are perpetual losers, and the image that they're portraying as black men is sad because all right, we had some technical difficulties there, a little blackout. I'm gonna have to start this over again, maybe, because it's a huge little bit of a gap. I don't know, man. You see what I'm see when you start talking the truth, that's when the powers that be they tried to zap my shit. You know? They tried to zap my shit, but my shit's official. My shit is expensive and my shit's official. But we had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we back. The screen is still moving, I believe. Let me know if you guys are still here. I kind of apologize for that. But sometimes that's what I mean. I notice things like this happen when I start telling the truth, right? Whenever I start telling the truth, that's when this type of shit happens. Like it just be some weird occurrence, you know. It'd be like all of a sudden, if I was sitting around watching some bullshit, I was sitting around watching some bullshit, my shit would be working fine, but because I'm talking some real shit. Okay, how about now? Ah, man, they done messed my whole stream up. I was cooking. Okay, can you hear me now? How about now? Let me know if you can hear me now. I was cooking too, see? Woo! I'm hitting a nerve because somebody watching, they zap my shit. You can hear me now? Okay, good. All right, bet. All right. So anyway, I was talking about how you got this other dude, right? Chocolate Man in a van. He went from Chocolate Man in Thailand to Chocolate Man in a van. And he got about 42,000 subscribers, right? No big deal. But the point is that these guys don't know how to leverage what they're doing. It's like it's really a hobby for them. It's really a side hustle for them, right? Look at this dude. He says, after 23 years in the Air Force, I retired and lived overseas. A new adventure awaits. He now lives in a 2010, okay, it's 2024. So he now lives in a 2010 Ford E250 Econoline, okay? It's a 2010. It's a 2010. He lives in a 14-year-old car, okay? After 23 years in the Air Force, and a couple of times that he was spent all of his money for far enough family. Yeah. After 23 years in the Air Force and 42,000 YouTube subscribers, this ninja lives in a van that looked like this. And I can guarantee you it ain't got no toilet. It ain't got no shower, okay? And how's I don't even wanna know. How's he meeting the women in America? It's like, oh, that's my house right there. Oh, like he don't even got a Winnebago. Fuck van life, man. That shit's a scam. That's some hippie. That's some dirty hippie shit, man. You ain't even got a Winnebago. You ain't even got a what's the expensive one? The Master Cruiser, what they call that conversion van, the Cruise Master, or whatever. He didn't even got one of those, and those come with a toilet. He ain't even got a fifth wheel. He ain't got nothing with no toilet and no shower. So how is he shitting and how is he showering? Because he's camped out somewhere in Walmart, in the Walmart parking lot. Yo, this shit is crazy. And nobody want to believe what people be telling them, how these guys are selling a fantasy, how they selling a lie to you. I'm not seeing any viable businesses, you know? It's just no viable businesses. So I was getting to the point was they don't know how to leverage what they have. If you gave me 50,000 subscribers, man, I'm already in a $56 million sector. Okay, Big and Tall Clothes is a $56 million sector. That's just one brand. That's just DXL, who's the dominant retailer, right? Just a retailer. They made $56 million selling these obscene, obsolete um, clothes that ain't got no style to them. That is of the worst fabric possible, made from Pakistan. I know because I used to buy this shit. That's why I founded my own company. You know what I'm saying? I founded my own company, working with business partners in Thailand, working with business partners in Colombia, right? And, you know, every time I leave a country, it's only because I stayed there the whole 6 months. Most visas are 6 months, you know, except for Brazil. I didn't leave because of the visa thing. I left because of some other issues. But most of the time, I leave a country, I stay as long as I want. I don't even like to be home. I probably won't be here that long. I'll probably be in Korea next week. Maybe I'll go back to Osaka, Japan, you know? Chocolate man in a tent and then chocolate man in a box. No, let's not say that. Let's not say a box, but definitely a tent. Definitely a tent. So now the receipts about Austin Holman, okay, is that his boy Floyd, like I was saying, his boy Floyd came on here and was like, "Oh, I'm um I'm um I'm fucked up. I'm broke. I ain't got no money. I'm gonna be homeless in Colombia." Let me tell you, man, Colombia is not where you want to be fucked up at. Okay, Colombia is not where you want to be fucked up at like that. You don't want to be on the streets in Colombia, man. They're gonna eat you alive. Somebody's gonna fucking slit your throat or shove a kilo up your ass. Or coerce you to carry a pack on an airplane for a couple of dollars. It just, no matter what you do, it just end bad. And I'm just thinking, like, how these guys, they don't got nobody in the world, and nobody care about them. They ain't make no friends. They ain't got no family. They ain't got no women to call. Like, at least I got one girl. If I was ever jammed up, I got one platonic female friend I could call right now. You know, I could lean on. Like I could really be like I know who really fuck with me. I know what guys I know really fuck with me. I know who really fuck with me. I give you an example. I got some investors interested in investing in my brand, right? And it was like, we like what you're doing. It is the future. It's cutting edge. We get it. But other than you buying your own clothes, who else is buying clothes? If you show us some people buying your polos, we're investing. So I hit my circuit, my network of intimate people that I knew I could say that too, and they would come through in the same day, literally in the same hour or two. And my platonic female friend, who's like, I think of her like a little sister. She thinks of me as her big brother and shit like that. We were very close. She came through. She brought one for her boyfriend. This other dude who came through, my other friend, shout out Dave, I know you lurking, watching. He came through. He brought one. And a bunch of other people brought them. And now I got to get these orders filled. So if you guys are watching this, especially you, Dave, I need your scan so I can ship your product to you. But, so that's how I know. Some people didn't do shit. Some people that I've known 20 years, they ain't do shit. Some people that I know just gave me lip service, you know? So I know who really fucks with me. I know who really gets what I'm trying to accomplish. And I know who's smart enough to know that they put themselves in the position that when I break like Jeff Bezos or Zuckerberg or Elon Musk, they got a place in my life. They got a place at the table. They can ask for shit. They can hang out. They can be cool. They can do their thing. They can come to me for favors, right? But anyway, it's like every time I look around, these people don't have nobody. The homeless girl in Thailand, Kia, right? That's her name. She ain't had nobody. She homeless in Thailand. She couldn't even come up with $2,000 to pay her fine. I mean, obviously she did come up with the money, but at the time she was acting like she was broke and homeless, and then she went to another country with $100. So that's the pattern that I'm seeing. I'm seeing this pattern where, and it's making us look bad. Before you know it, somebody's gonna come up with a term called homeless YouTubers. And these guys is always talking about they in another country on YouTube and they're homeless. Like, that's the thing? Like, that's your plan? Your plan is to say you're homeless in another country where they don't have any homelessness too much? I think when I was in Pattaya, I saw maybe one or two homeless people, and they was there because they wanted to be there. The girls in Pattaya are getting bigger and bigger. You may get many bar girls as customers. They get fat off chocolate man's rent money. It's this yeah, exactly. Because those consultations pay for the pussy, pay for the sex kitten. You know what I'm saying? To sit on the couch. All that shit you see in the background with she in the kitchen. Every time Dirty Mac, I call him Dirty Mac. Every time Dirty Mac get on the fucking live, he got her in the kitchen acting like she busy, but she don't ever be doing anything but moving her elbows. She don't be scrubbing no drawers. She don't be rubbing no feet. She don't be bringing no plates. She don't be doing nothing. She don't even be a lot of things she could be doing, but it's just like she's like this with her back in the kitchen. You just see the elbows, right? And when he's done, she go lay on the couch like this and watch her Thai TV shows or get on her TikTok and eat her bonbons. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're paying for, okay? It does nothing for you. It does nothing for you. Understand that. And it's comical. It's making us look. It affects all of us. Now we got another homeless. We just had a homeless. Think about this. Think about this for a minute. Work with me. Because we know for a fact, like I don't know how many subscribers I got, man. I don't know. I'm grateful for all of you guys though. I love the people that fuck with me, man. I really do. I'm grateful for all of you. Thank you for being my social proof. I got 388 subscribers. Now, should I be at 1,000 already? Yeah, I think I should be at 1,000 already. But it's okay. It's cool. Because I know I'm so deep, it's only fewer people that are going to rock with me because I'm that fucking deep. So that's cool. I understand that. Now, shoot, I forgot my thought. Hold on a minute. Now, I know that all 388 of the people who subscribe, except for my homeboy Dave, are all black. All black men. All women, right? I know these people are all black. But when you start getting to like 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, we know all those people ain't black. We know all those people ain't black. These people are Thai or Colombian or whatever they are, but they're not all black, right? And so this is what they seeing. You got experiencing Kia, right? Who's another loser. I think she's not too far from this guy. She in Louisiana, he in Dallas. It's like a 2-hour, 3-hour drive from each other. They should both get together, her and Austin, and have coffee. That would be a hell of a live. Anyway, experiencing Kia, right? So she got a subscriber. This is what they see. Oh, I'm homeless. I came here with $7. I don't know what to do. Woe is me. Boo fucking who. Nobody in my life of the 20-something years I've been on this planet, I didn't nurture any relationships. I didn't give a fuck about anybody. I didn't save any money. And my family thinks I'm a piece of shit. And so nobody will help me. Boo fucking who, boo fucking who, boo fucking who. Oh, and she's another one, right? So here goes the thing, here goes the twist. I'm gonna give you the twist in a minute, right? This is gonna knock your socks off. So make sure you're sitting down and you got your drink and your snack because you don't want to miss this. In 2 minutes, I'm gonna knock your socks off with the whole thing. I'm about to debunk the whole thing, okay? I'm about to prove to you that this shit is a conspiracy. So now that subscriber, he likes to see what we doing. He thinks we're fucking clowns. So now he's over here subscribing to Foreign Floyd, right? And what does he see? So he just saw a black female say she's homeless in Thailand. Now he go to Foreign Floyd. He subscribed to Foreign Floyd. Now he see a black male talk about he's homeless in Colombia. Oh man, I brought groceries, man, and he. If I don't get no money, he. In 2 days, he. I'm gonna be on the streets. He. You know, because I brought food. I fucked up. I didn't know how to budget. I'm fucked. I too never made any friendships. I alienated everyone in my life. I never saved no fucking money. My family thinks I'm a piece of shit and nobody won't help me. And I guess none of them got a father. So, that's pretty obvious right there, because at least I know if I need to, I could always call my dad. I don't like to do that ever again. I remember the first thing in my life that made me feel good was when I was able to buy my own fucking clothes. Like, I was like 24, because my dad carried me for a long time because I dropped out of college. So he paid for that shit. He paid for nothing. He always throws that in my face. He paid for me to go to college. I didn't finish. And then because I was struggling, he was always holding me out. And then when I finally got my life right, when things were going well for me, I was able to buy my own clothes and give him money. That shit made me feel good. That shit made me feel good. But if I ever in a serious emergency, which for me just means I'm in another country and the ATM eats my debit card, because that did happen in Thailand, but I had a bunch of other cards, but then you gotta wait because of the holidays in America and transferring money and all that, I could always go to my father. He got my back. He gonna hold me down. You know what I'm saying? And he's a retired vet, but he don't live like these motherfuckers do. He ain't living in no van. He got he got a house bigger than this, and he own it. And he got a Benz and a bunch of other shit going on for him. You know what I'm saying? And he got friends that fuck with him and support him, and family and all kinds of shit. So if I was literally like fucked up, the most fucked up I could be, I could expect money for rent and food or a plane ticket within 12 hours. Okay. These guys are like, they don't got nothing. And somebody brought up the dude Jay Rollo being stuck in DR. He couldn't get $100. That shit was crazy. He couldn't get $100, man. I could make $85 right now just selling one polo. So I can always make some money because I have a product, because I know how to do business, because I put some shit together for myself. I never said YouTube was going to be my business. Look at my photo shoots. Look at the women on my channel, the fucking clothes that I wear. All this shit is called business, you know? Zoom is by far the worst and most exploitative. He's the Don King of tricking. Actually, I kind of respect Don King. You got to watch his movie Only in America. But Don King wasn't really so much exploitative. I think I get where you're coming from. But Don King actually made a lot of people money, so I gotta disagree with you there. But I get where you're coming from. Was Don King? How would you say? Was he taking advantage of people? $1,000 a towel, and you got to get like 50 towels. Hell, fucking yeah, he was taking advantage of people. He was fleecing people. But I mean, it's pretty much like if you are not aware of how to do business, then you're gonna get ripped off, right? It's like when I left my apartment in Thailand, right, and I had to get my deposit, so I was leaving early. So I told them I'm not going to pay the next month and just take my deposit and put it towards the water and the lights and give me the difference. So I meet with the lady and she surmised the bill, and I was like, no, that can't be right, because she's talking about giving me like 1,000 baht. I was like, no, that can't be right. You owe me 6,000 baht. You give me 1,000 baht? Because the way I did it, it was 6,000 baht I was entitled to after the lights and the water. So I said, hold on a minute. Let me double check your math. Let me check your math. I checked her math. I did the thing. I even gave her extra units on the lights. And come to find out, she didn't really owe me. She didn't owe me 6, but she owed me 5,000 baht. 45, something like that. 5,000 baht, you know? And she's tried to go into some shit, and I was like, but the cleaning ain't that much because the lady was just here. So what more is she gonna do for me paying her 3 that she's gonna do if I pay her 9? You want me to pay her 9? I already gave you an extra 4 units off the lights. So, she was like, okay. So that's what I mean. If you're not able to do business and you don't know what's going on, people are going to take advantage of you, and they're entitled to do that. But Don King really made people rich. Now, what they did with their money is a whole other story. But I get where you're coming from. But I wouldn't say Don King. I wouldn't say he's the Don King of tricking. That would actually be a compliment. I would say he's the let me get back to you on that. Let me get back to you on that. He's definitely the I'm trying to think. Maybe he doesn't have a comparison because he's definitely grimy when it comes to that. When I see what he's doing, he's grimy. I'm gonna get at him. Don't worry, I'm gonna get at him. Pass balls don't hit the wall, especially in Asia. Well, what's up, UK boss? So we're talking about Austin Holman ending up back at his mama house in Dallas. And his sidekick Floyd is about to be homeless in Colombia. And this is all actual information today on the homies channel. What's this channel? And I'm just going through how all these YouTubers, all these passport bros, these peanut butter and jelly guys, they're all failing. Like everything is cascading right in front of them. The homies channel is LTTV. That's the homies channel where he's reporting on Austin being at home arguing with his mama. Like he's on a live stream arguing with his mama. You see who I'm arguing with? I'm lonely. You know what I'm saying? And his boy Floyd begging for money because he about to be homeless on the streets. And I'm just talking about how all these YouTubers are doing this routine. It's just I see this pattern. Chocolate Man went from Chocolate Man in Thailand to Chocolate Man in a van. And then you had that girl experiencing Kia with the homeless shit too. So it's like the guy goes to Floyd's channel and sees a black man saying the same shit in another country, and it just makes it look like we travel into these countries to be destitute, right? And then what they say about passport bros, they broke and dusty. When they really talk about passport bros, they really mean African American and black men, which I think is really a subliminal slur. When they say passport bro, I think they really saying niggas, you know, but they can't say that. So they created a subliminal slur, and that's what's being shown. That's what's being shown. That you got 3 YouTubers right now that are homeless. Fallen Floyd, Chocolate Man in a van, and experiencing Kia. They all homeless. That's 3. That's 3 too many. And they got a decent amount of subscribers, so they shouldn't be that bad in life. They should be able to get a buck together, at least $1 a day, okay? And then you got Austin Holman, who's back home, and you got experiencing Kia, who we know is also back home, and they both got kicked out of the countries they were in. So it's like, I just see a pattern is next. You just zoom to Thailand is next. You just watch. Mark my word. Yeah, I know he's next. I already predicted his downfall. But I was in Thailand the whole time, and I saw like every time going out, you never see him anywhere. You don't see him at any of these black businesses. You don't see him nowhere. People were like, damn, I see you more than we see him. And he's supposed to be popular. So what's cracking? You know, why is he hiding? He's hiding because he ain't got no money to spend. if you know about Thailand, you know you could spend $50 a day minimum just stepping out the fucking door. I used to get out of my apartment, and before I get on the bike, I already done spent $2,000. And I'm like, yo, I spent $2,000 already. I ain't even had breakfast yet. You know? So, I mean, you know, but that's what I'm saying. It's like these guys, they hit the wall and they don't pay attention to that red light flashing in the corner of their eye. That's their relevant dissipation light. If the quicker it flashes, it means they out of fuel, they out of gas, you know? So I just was like I'm just laying the foundation for what's to come, for what I'm ultimately going to be doing about this topic. I'm just laying the foundation, and I'm just starting with the foundation right now. Because to me, it just seems like a pattern. Does anybody else not see a pattern? You know? Does anybody else not see a pattern? Nah, he's not a sociopathic. He's not sociopathic. He's not a parasite. He's He's a confidence man. Really, if you think about it, he's a confidence man. You know, he's conning people. He's a con man. That's it. He's a con man. A grifter. A sneak thief. That's what he is at best. He's those things. And he's a dirty Mac, because I know he's been dirty Macking me, and I can't understand why. But we're going to get into all that later. He's been talking about me to people. He's been having people go out there to people that I deal business, that I acquaint myself with, and talk shit to them about me and tell them why they should avoid me and not associate with me and yada, 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 yada. And I never said nothing about that nigga, but he felt some type of way about my emotion and me doing things that he wasn't doing. Like, I had this whole thing set up with the yacht and the private chef and all that. And I was gonna pay the dude, and it's a free yacht trip. I had the whole thing set up, and then after doing this video where he sent the spy, like a UK boss know who I'm talking about. He sent the spy, and then this other guy started coming around there too. Then all of a sudden, the chef called me and say he's gonna pass on a yacht trip, and I was like, oh, okay, it's cool. But I just thought that was weird. Who passes on a free yacht trip? It's like what Dirty Mac was doing was just tearing me down, sending people, doing it himself. It doesn't make no difference. I know he sent Memphis after me. I know he sent Star Bull after me, doing all that shit because he felt threatened. He felt threatened because I could do everything he do without no YouTube money, without no Zoom Fest, aka Fire Fest 3.0. I could do everything that nigga do without anything he doing. I'll be on the yacht one deep. I was actually gonna go on the yacht one deep, and then the private chef dude suggested I get a girl and to do this and then do that, only to back out after I noticed I was doing things with Tom Yum, and then I'm doing this and I'm doing that. Still wasn't talking about the nigga, but I just noticed these things. I just noticed that things don't happen randomly, right? If my offer is better, like there was a chick. Did you know that Zoom stole 500K of his white sugar mama in the state? That's why he left the U.S. for the Philippines. No, I didn't know that. The consequences of his conning are that guys will fall in love with 304s and potentially commit suicide. Yeah, that's Lame Abroad. Lame Abroad is next up for that. He's doing worse than just scamming money. He's causing mental destruction to guys. Yeah. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen to Lame Abroad. Lame Abroad, that's another story, but that's the trajectory that guy is on. That guy is gonna have when she leaves him, he's gonna take it really hard. When she leaves him, he's gonna take it really hard. It's sad, but that dude's really in love, and when she leaves him, he's gonna take it really hard because she's a bar girl, bro. Nobody understands that. Bar girls are bar girls are vicious women, man. They're like porcupines, and when those spikes come up, watch out, bro, because they are vicious. They are vicious. They cut deep. They cut deep, and he thinking he gonna win. You can. I'll be honest with you. You can win. You can win the go-go game. You can take a girl out of the go-go bar and you can win. You can wifey her up. You can win the go-go game, but you got to get her out of Pattaya. I prefer you get her out of Thailand, but you can win the go-go game because their world is different. Their world is 10 days. Their contract is 10 days. They get their money regardless. And if you give them money directly and help them make a little bit of money for the bar and everybody's happy, she'll ride with you, she'll ride with you. You can win with a freelancer, but you're not gonna win with a freelancer out of 808. You're not gonna win with a freelancer out of Flex unless you like African and you got the dope body game and you handsome and you got the beard. You might win with a freelancer out of Flex. She might be on your dick every once in a while, But you can win with a freelancer out of Ibar, Mist, or Republic. All you got to do is get a section for 7 days in a row. A section in any of those clubs is going to cost you. You just really got to spend $200 to $250 a night. So you just gotta, you go there, you say, give me a section, as long as you spend 200 US to 250 a night, not including tip, and you do that every night, one of them baddies in there is gonna notice you probably like the third night and ingratiate herself into your life, and you set. You can win. You just never gonna win with a bar girl. That's not the game that they playing. You just never gonna win with a bar girl, bro. Never, ever, ever. I've never heard of no one winning unless in the rare case. But even this dude, there's an insane story. They had a white dude out there eating bananas and literally damn near 2 days from starvation, and the best they could do was give him some bananas and some coffee because he lost everything. Because so you could win with a bar girl if you own a bar. If you own a bar. And that's what this dude did. This dude owned the bar. He had all the girls. He took one of them and promoted her to the mama son. And that became his girlfriend. And they just dogged him. They just dogged him out. You know what I'm saying? And he ended up with nothing and too old to make any more money. And next thing you know, yeah, I'm gonna find a video for you in a minute. Yeah, he was out there eating bananas, bro. They was giving him bananas to eat because he ain't had no food, no money. They was trying to help him. He ain't had no food, no money, you know? Yeah, we're not going to keep talking about Zoom, man. This ain't about Zoom right now. That's another topic for another day. I don't want to, because I got some things I'm doing. When I go after people, it's because I got the receipts and I'm trying to put them down. I don't do gossip. I don't do rumors. I appreciate your input, though, but I don't want to keep hearing about that guy, man. That guy's a clown in me right now, bro. I really want to fly to LAX and catch him and give him the fade because that dude's a clown. That's how bad what I learned he was doing to me, fucking with my money, fucking with my time, interfering with my shit. That's how bad I heard about it. That's how I feel right now. So, anyway though, we just talking about how these passport bros, these peanut butter and jellies have hit the wall because what they doing is they are now meeting the stereotype that people have said. Broke and dusty, ashy, lotion, all that shit. And you end up at your mama house, man. You don't even got a place to go to. I remember, man, and I was living in Atlanta for a whole year. I was living in Atlanta, and I was doing this long distance romance thing with this Brazilian girl. I still got to tell you guys that story in a way that don't make it too bad for her, but I got to tell that story because that's my truth. But anyway, I remember when I went down there, I still had to pay for my apartment. I had to pay for my apartment in Atlanta. I had to pay for my place in Rio, in Barra Tijuca, actually. And I was paying for her place where she lived at somewhere over there in the favelas, in Maria Garcia, somewhere over there. I had three obligations I was handling. And I was so glad I kept my place because when she did what she did, and she just dumped me, and she did what she did, and I left Brazil and I came back home, I didn't realize how much I missed my apartment, and I was happy to be back. And I was like, damn, it feels good to have your own shit you coming back to. And I was gone in Barra Tijuca for like 2 months. I was in Brazil for like 2 months. So I hadn't been in my apartment for like 2 months. But I was happy. My internet was on, my lights and everything, my water was still on. It was like, I was happy. But it was painful to be there. And then that's when I left. And then I came to Hawaii real quick. Hung out here for a minute, but I didn't even want to stay with my mother. I was renting a family member's place. So I was like, I'm not staying with my mom's. That's I'm fucking 50 almost, nigga. Why I look like coming to visit the state where my mom live and stay with her? That's some faggot shit right there. So I was renting a family member's apartment because they do Airbnb here. And then I left and went to Thailand. And the only thing was that I thought I would want to stay here for like 2 weeks, but I was ready to leave after day 3. I was like, I gotta get to Thailand. I gotta get out of here. But I did actually get out of here after the first week because I was able to change the ticket, and I took a hit on that. But yeah, I you know, and that's when I went to Pattaya for the first time. So I say all that, you know, I never do the long distance thing. 99% chance they cheating to the other guys and meeting them. Then there's the whole, no, they definitely cheating, man. They definitely cheating. I never thought, no. I knew what she was doing. I knew she was fucking around. I knew she had local boyfriends. I knew all of that. Most of that stuff was implied. Most of it was confessions. Most of it was just me knowing game. But it was, you know, it was like a layaway thing. And what I didn't expect was that me showing up would be so disruptive to her. And you know, you show up and you just want to give a bitch some money, and you show up and all you want to do is take care of the chick and give her some money and give her a better life. And I'm staying in the nice hotels. Everywhere I'm staying is better than where she's coming from. You know, I'm staying at the Windsor Barrett Tijuca. Look that up. Look up the Windsor Hotel Barrett Tijuca. Got the jacuzzi suite, all that. I'm staying in a nice flat in Barrett Tijuca. You know, she's eating at the nicest restaurants. I'm taking her to Pineapple. Look up Pineapple Restaurant in Barrett Tijuca. You know, taking her to nice places to eat, and just was a lot of weird shit. But that's why I say, with Portuguese women, with Brazilian women, my perspective is that it's very, very hard to date them because there's a queue. There's a queue, a line of men in front of you. And so then there's the whole race thing too. So if you African American, man, you don't give a fuck about that, man. In some of these countries, you're Afro, and that's not desirable. That's not acceptable. That's not something they can ever bring home. So that's why Thailand's a bit different. And I was gonna do a live about, is it possible to date a foreign woman, or talk about the difficulties of foreign dating, different countries dating. I don't even know what to call it, but Thailand, they do accept you. The Thai people are very accepting, but even still, what I can honestly tell you is it's not so much about, it's a little bit about race, but not so much as it is about a punishment for picking you. So if they choose you over one of the white dudes, over one of the hundreds of thousands of white dudes, if they choose the black guy, if they say, I'm not dealing with the white guys, I'm dealing with the black guy, that can cause a lot of problems. And then there's a punishment associated with that. There's an ostracization associated with that. And then because most of the retired black guys don't have the income that she's looking for, they're not generous, they're not going to do all of that. And then the ones that do, the brothers that come from Bahrain and the little military bases and the Navy dudes, they're just not there consistently enough. Once she is even showing a little bit of interest in you, like in the go-go bar or sitting with you having a drink or something like that, those white dudes, they spread the word on her and they box her out. They don't give her no more money. They don't buy her drinks or nothing. And then she's just on the outs, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, easy date in Thailand, especially easy to date in Thailand. I don't know about that. I haven't done that, but you know, what's your monthly cost? Was your monthly cost in Brazil? No, Brazil is way more expensive. Brazil is more expensive because you have to have. Brazil is more expensive because you have to have. Let me plug my phone in real quick. Brazil is more expensive because you have to have places with security. So anywhere you go in Brazil, and I recommend everyone staying in Barra Tijuca, anywhere you stay in Brazil, you gotta have security. So it's gonna be way more than Pattaya. Like for me, my biggest expense in Pattaya was eating. Because I'm working out and I gotta have a certain diet. And I'm working out, I gotta have a certain diet. I gotta eat 4 times a day. I gotta eat beef, which is very expensive. So Yeah. Monthly cost in Thailand, yeah, it'd be about 2K. So for Brazil, it'd probably be like 3,500, 4,000, I would say. Because everything there, the things you're gonna do are just expensive. They have the gringo pricing and then like me, I like to go to the thermas. I go to the thermas a lot when I'm in Brazil. When I'm in Copacabana, I go to the thermas a lot, and the thermas is like the most priciest of the clubs you can go to. You can spend $500 a visit. I probably go every night, if not every other night, except for Sunday because they close on Sunday. So, but yeah, but Thailand, yeah, 2K is good. 2K is good. You could probably do it for 1,500 if you got a halfway decent chick that's gonna lay up with you just because she likes you. You could probably do it for 1,500, but 2K is about right. So, but the cost of Brazil was way more expensive. Even Colombia. That's why people kind of annoy me when they say these are developing countries, bro. If you've been to Barranquilla, Barranquilla is not a developing city. Medellin is not a developing city. These are not developing countries. Rio, Copacabana, Ipanema, Leblon, Barra Copacabana has been there forever. They got a hotel in Copacabana called the Copacabana Palace Hotel. I don't know what it is. It's a 5-star hotel. It's fucking old as fuck, and it still commands like $500 a night. So, Copacabana. So there's no such thing as developing nations. None of these are developing nations. There's no such thing as a developing nation anymore. I don't know why people keep saying that. Copacabana Palace, yeah. Copacabana Palace Hotel. It's a 5-star hotel. Look that up. It's $500 a night. Rio is not a developing nation with $500 a night hotels. How much for quality of girl per night in Rio? I don't know, man. I can't even answer that because I don't really do that thing. I really do straight up be saying no sex, no sex, no sex, all for fun. I'm really let's go out to eat, let's go have dinner, let's go have some drinks, let's go do something, bowling, pool, movies, dancing, depending on the country. So I really couldn't even answer that for you. That I don't know. I don't really do anything like that. I could tell you go to the you go to the thermos, that's it's a whole rate already put into it. So when you go to the thermos, you pay for your drinks, and then everything's already put into a little rate. You get like a little thing, and so everything you do there is already packaged. So you don't even really pay attention to that. I don't know. I don't really be counting my pockets, man. I don't be counting what I spend. I budget too good. I mean, I don't really budget too good. I don't budget too good, so I just do what I please. But check out the Copacabana Palace Hotel. So people say these are developing countries. Even Thailand. Thailand is not a developing country, man. I wish people stop saying that. I saw so many fucking Porsches and all kinds of cars, and development there is through the roof. It's not a developing country. These countries are doing well. These countries are doing well. Okay? They're not developing nations. I don't even think there's really a developing nation left on the planet at this point, because we're in the fourth turning. So most countries are very like America just made a thing to give 95 billion to Ukraine, Taiwan, and Israel. So if those are first class countries, if those are nations that are developed, why are they taking welfare? Right? They taking welfare for us. They taking $95 billion from us. We can't even get $1 billion. The black community can't even get allocated $1 billion. They giving $95 billion to these people. And guess who pays for that over the next 200 years or whatever it is, right? So, these countries are getting welfare, man, and they're supposed to be established nations. So there's no such thing as that. That's why I say this peanut butter and jelly thing is Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not going to talk about that because I haven't been there. So, but thank you for the input, though. But yeah, these developing nations, they taking welfare from America. I mean, no, these established nations, they're taking welfare from America. So, I mean, $95 billion, that's a lot. If you know how close we are to hearing, if we're still alive and we hear them say one Googleplex. Remember this, write this down. If we're still alive and they say we're giving one Googleplex in foreign aid, then we know the money is fake. The money is funny money. Because at these numbers, there's just no way. There's just no way. Their predictions are too. It's like a Ponzi scheme. It's like some Bernie Madoff shit. Their predictions are like they're saying the stock market is going to hit 500% in like the next 30 years. So that's not bad. The stock market hitting at 500% means they're manipulating a lot of shit. So, but anyway, yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that my thoughts on this. These passport bros, these peanut butter and jelly guys, they hit the wall. They hit the wall, man. They hit the wall. This is what happens when they hit the wall. They end up in a precarious situation. We got a motherfucker in a van. We got a motherfucker back home with his mama. And we got a motherfucker begging right now for money. So that's all I gotta say for today, guys. Thank you for joining me. I'll talk to you later. Peace. I might come back on with another live. So peace.